Hello everyone, welcome back to CJcE&x Vlogs. We are Charlotte and Corey, and over the next 3 days we're going to be showing you the best of the Sunshine Coast Hinterlands. Busy little spot here in Kondalilla Falls. The car park is bustling.
Yep.
And we are just making our way down. It's a 1.4k walk to the waterfall.
It's one of my all-time favourites, this spot. We used to come here all the time. Bit of a hike down, but it is well worth it.
Corey's got the swimmers on, so I think he'll be popping in. We have made it. The waterfall is pumping. Well, it's not massive. It's a nice little waterfall. I think, are you going to go in there?
I'm going to go in.
Corey's definitely going to go in. I'm regretting not bringing my swimmers because I'm hot. But I'm going to take my shoes off and dangle my feet on the side next to that lizard there. I took my shoes off and put my feet in, and it's lovely. It's fresh, but it's like a really nice temperature. Some people may find it too cold, but I find it really nice. Swimming in here would be so lovely, swimming up to the waterfall. But this is a really popular spot. It's quite accessible to most people. It took like 15-20 minute walk. It's a bit hard to go back uphill, but such a beautiful spot, and you have a really nice look out here as well.
Okay, feeling refreshed, but the problem with this one is you got to hike back up the hill to get to the car park. And usually by the time you get up there, you're hot and you want to have another swim.
Waiting to be seated. This place has, well, mainly pizzas, but other things, but they have one of the best views around for dining. So I'm hoping they have a view, well, a table with a view. Well, we lucked out and we got a table out the front, which is lovely because the reason you want to come and eat here is for the view. There's a reason it's called The Edge. There are some tables a little bit further back, but to be honest, you can still see the view, but everybody wants to be as close as they can to the edge of the balcony. We've ordered a few dishes to share, and we're starving after our hike around Kondalilla Falls, so we're pretty excited.
So next door, they also have a pizza place, which you can order pizzas from. You just have to go to the other till to order. They only do pizzas on Fridays, Saturdays, and I think Sundays. Other than that, you can't get pizzas. But today is Friday, so we've dug in and gone for a bruschetta with an avocado puree, caramelized onion, and heirloom tomatoes. It looks very, very tasty.
Save me half.
And Charlotte, yes, you don't worry, you'll get some as well.
We're taking a little walk now through Montville. The mountain towns are all kind of similar. They're all very charming. They have like the little boutique artisan stores.
Yeah.
Some nice cafes.
I don't know, it's very like a weekend getaway destination. People come up here, you know, do a bit of shopping, do a bit of cafe hopping and that. Yeah, people come up here on motorbikes as well, as you'll probably see behind us.
The mountain roads are popular.
They are.
Woohoo! But yeah, similar to like the like Mount Tambourine that we visited down in the Gold Coast Hinterlands, the mountain towns definitely have a similar vibe, quite old-timey, charming, few nice little stores. This is like, I don't think Montville and Maleny have gone quite as touristy as maybe down south in Gold Coast.
I like Mount Tambourine.
Yeah, that was a little bit over touristy. Here still seems quite authentic.
Yeah, typical antiques, galleries. You've got a clock shop. There's like a small supermarket. That's pretty much it. Let's have a wander around and see what we find.
This is cute. This is one of the main attractions, I think, in the little town. I wasn't really old, but it was actually established when I was born, so then it is really old.
I love these old trees. There's like beautiful festoon lighting in here as well. You can sort of just meander through the trees, which is what we might do now.
Lots of chocolate in here.
We're in a chocolate shop. Not surprising.
Yeah. It's making me very hungry for something nice and sweet. Well, couldn't resist. We got a froggy, and what did you get? Hazelnut?
Macadamia.
Macadamia nut. It's nice. Dark chocolate. I feel bad, it's really cute.
Look at that. Yummy. Very creamy macadamia.
They seem to like to put the cuckoo clock shops in a mountain town here. It's a mountain town cuckoo shop. You can see the view today. We went and ate at the Poets Cafe with our friend. Couldn't see anything, but now you can see it has a glorious view. And it looks really lovely in a day in the sun. We are staying at Misty View Cottages in Montville. There's 5 cottages across some beautiful private lands. So here we're completely nestled amongst nature. Nobody can see us and we cannot see our neighbours, which is very nice. The accommodation is split onto 2 floors in this little cottage. So up here we have a hot tub over in the corner by some windows, which is really, really cool. And then we have the bedroom, bathroom. And then down here is our living area. And because the weather is like it is, very much a misty view, we decided to put the fire on. We're getting nice and cozy in here. You have a kitchen in here too, and they provide a free breakfast hamper. So they have left us with some homemade bread that is made here. A little platter, so we've got strawberries and tomatoes and mushies, and she says that this is actually from the land here, which is really, really awesome. And then we've got some beans and muesli for the morning. So we're all set, we don't need to leave.
Another big factor about Misty View Cottages here is that we overlook Lake Baroon, which you cannot actually see at the moment because of the weather. It's so rainy and misty out there. But normally you've got amazing views of the Lake Baroon Dam, and you can see the hills behind, which is pretty special.
So a few years ago, we did some work with Sunshine Coast for their marketing department. We essentially were models and we went around with a crew. And I just opened this book. Ta-da!
Who's that?
Who's that? That's us. And I really wasn't expecting to see that. Then I opened this earlier because we actually stayed at this property before, but we stayed in a different accommodation. We're in a different cottage. And on the same content making trip with tourism, there's me in the hot tub. So we are familiar with this property and we knew it was great. That's why we came back. So yeah, it's really nice to come back here and stay the night. You may have noticed that we have been cruising in style around the Sunshine Coast, and that is because Land Rover lent us this very comfortable Discovery to tour in. So I want to say a quick thank you to Land Rover for making this trip happen. We have come to the Glasshouse Mountains Lookout. This is a very popular spot. You can drive right up to the viewpoint as well, so it's very accessible. You can go a little bit higher onto a perched lookout. You have like a 180-degree view of the Glasshouse Mountains, which are stunning. It looks like we have some rain coming in. I can feel the temperature dropping as I'm speaking, but this way is spectacular. And we're only about 30 minutes from Maleny, so it's definitely something you can add on to if you're exploring around the Maleny-Montville region as well. And there's also a bushwalk you can do, which is over kind of the backside of it. But I think we're going to get rained on, so I don't think we'll do that today. Right, we've come out to Kenilworth because they have a famous donut. This spot is super kind of well known around the Sunshine Coast Hinterlands and very popular. Sometimes can have a queue all the way outside, but today seems pretty good. We're here on a rainy day, it's probably why it's not so busy. But let's go see what they have in store. Oh, it's so exciting. We're going to get a coffee and a donut.
The coffee donut has been secured. Charlotte has actually had a go on it, but she's spilled a little bit, so I'm going to try and finish this one up. Oh my goodness, oh my goodness. As soon as you bite it, it just starts going everywhere. Oh, look at that.
That's delicious.
That's so naughty. That's just all Biscoff.
Biscoff paste. And obviously you can get a Nutella version as well. I think that was the original version, but now they've added a Biscoff one. They said if you come on weekends, you're more likely to get the dairy-free vegan version. So if you want like a dairy-free, or is it egg-free maybe the donuts they have? Yeah, but they do loads in there. Loads of different donuts, loads of pies. Corey's also got a pie. Second pie of the day.
That's a good pie. It's a good pie. It's creative. There's lots of stuff going on. I guess that's why Kenilworth Bakery is successful.
No, I don't believe it. How can you eat that in 58 seconds? That's crazy. they have a leaderboard here, so competitive eaters come here, and yeah, this is a 1 kg sausage roll, and whoever gets the fastest time goes in the leaderboard.
Well, what a place. They also have a coastal store and they have an island store, Malulaba, Bribie Island. So if you want to try a coffee donut, you don't have to do it here in Kenilworth, you can do it in a couple of other places as well.
We're having a little lunch stop now in Maleny. There's loads of cafes all down the main strip, so you have quite an option to choose from. We've gone for a place called just Monica's Cafe, and it has a really nice indoor area as well, and they have this beautiful upstairs part, and it's all green, there's loads of plants everywhere, but because we're here a bit later on, they've just closed upstairs for cleaning earlier than the rest of the place. So we've come out outside, the rain has stopped, which is good, and we just realised while we're here, we were researching where we're staying, and we're actually bang opposite our accommodation for the evening, so we're going to have this, and then we're going to go and check into our accommodation here in Maleny.
Maleny Lodge, here we are.
It looks really pretty inside. Oh wow, this is so pretty. This is so like, I don't know, hinterlands of Sunshine Coast style. I didn't realise that we're gonna have a little balcony, and it's so cute. Oh, I hope that we have a bit of a improvement in the weather. We've just had a storm pass through, and they actually have a pool. I didn't know that either. It's all a surprise. Yeah, they have a beautiful pool down there too. This is gorgeous. I love it. I'll move in. Done. Quickly, the bathroom. Again, very beautiful. Double showers. Oh my god. This is a bit weird. I've never seen a double shower. We can have a whole conversation while we're showering. Oh, this is beautiful. I love it. Dream home. It's got that English countryside vibe, hasn't it? Which I just love. We have just left our accommodation, Maleny Lodge, which we absolutely love. It is really beautiful, but because the sun has come out, we thought we'd go and check out some viewpoints, because one of the best things about Maleny is the incredible view from up here over the hinterlands and the Glasshouse Mountains. One of our favourite views is because it is the view that we saw when we got married. Maleny is a wedding destination, and we were the cliche couple who got married here too in 2017. So we got married in a place called Tiffany's. Yeah, let's go and see if we can find a nice view.
Remember we went there and fed all the cows?
Yeah. Go. Now, if you come to Maleny, you have to make sure you come to the most famous photo spot here. We obviously got our wedding photos here, and everyone that goes to Maleny gets their wedding photos here. It's the famous One Tree Hill. There it is. And it's so famous because it just stands alone. It looks pretty spectacular. But you have a view of all of the Glasshouse Mountains, so it is absolutely amazing. You get amazing sunsets up here too. Now, this is private property, so you can't just come along and walk here. There's actually a house up there. When you get your wedding photos here, the photographer donates to make sure they can come here and take all the amazing photos.
They did have that sort of agreement with all the wedding photographers. I don't know if it still stands, but yeah, normally I think the wedding photographers would put $50 in the letterbox and they'd go across. That was the deal.
Imagine how much money they made. Whoever owns it, it's a beautiful piece of land. I would just stick a little tiny home there and I'll be happy. Like, have a picnic over there. Can you even really, I hope that you guys can see. Like, you know why it's so famous. You've got the whole landscape of the Glasshouse Mountains. We are about to go for a little walk, but we are peckish, so we're gonna go pop into the pie shop called The Pie Guy, the Maleny Pie Guy. They have a couple of veggie pies and it's quite popular. I think we were recommended to go there by the manager of Maleny Lodge where we're staying.
Yeah, there's a bakery nearby, but she said go to The Pie Guy because the pies are healthier.
Oh, a healthy pie, that sounds good. And then we're gonna go take that to eat as we go for a walk. We are at Mary Cairncross Scenic Reserve and it's a beautiful little bushland walk, but they also have a cafe, like a learning discovery area, and they also have this viewing platform. So you can come up here, grab a coffee from the cafe, come up here and enjoy the view. As you can see, it's a pretty spectacular view of the Glasshouse Mountains.
And now we're in the Rainforest Walk, which is, was it 1.7 kilometres, I think?
Yeah, I guess it's a big loop. Oh, we met a family from the UK who watched our YouTube, and yeah, they're thinking about moving to Oz. I think that's the second person I've met recently who's been following our stuff about moving here. So yeah, interesting.
Very interesting.
And I eat my pasty now.
Yeah, pasty time, thank you. Now we are keeping our eyes peeled because there is a chance to see pademelons in here, little rainforest wallabies. So they might just be skipping around across the foliage, across fallen branches and things like that, looking for some little snacks and grubs.
Hang on, is it one? One's just hopped across the path. I'm trying to get closer. It's gone really dark. I think they're probably very used to humans. It's not running away. All these crazy sounds all around us. And we're literally just like 5 minutes from the roadside, and you can hear all of this and see this. It's raining really heavy now, so we're going to try and escape, but it looks actually really beautiful. So up ahead, it's quite light still, and you can just see all the rains falling down in the rainforest canopy. You can hear all of the birds and the sounds of the Australian bush, like the whitbirds, and it feels actually quite magical. I'm not getting too wet, which is good because of the trees, but wow. This is an experience. I'm hungry.
What a surprise. So we're taking a walk up the main street here in Maleny. It's kind of closing time. It's about 4:45, so all of the daytime activities are starting to close up, and yeah, we're hoping that we find somewhere nice that we can get some food for dinner.
We got some trees. We're just shopping while the rain has actually got heavier and we thought it was finishing. We got some freeze-dried strawberries with chocolate coating and some chocolate coffee beans. Chocolate is the continuous flavour here. It's a good chocolate to strawberry ratio.
Wow.
Yum. Right, time for dinner. And it's raining, so I'm going to steal one of their brollies that they kindly have left out for guests. So right opposite us, we seem to be doing this a lot, don't we? Finding food opposite Maleny Lodge. There is an Indian that has good ratings. It kind of rings a bell. We may have ate there years ago, but it's cold and it's getting a bit stormy, and there's a good Indian across the road, so we were like, let's go there for dinner. So let's pop over. I believe it. Ooh, I think I'll be snookling up tonight. Oh, the little wine bar's getting some punters in. Hello. Ooh, there's a massive storm outside. You can hear the thunder right now. The owner of the property where we're staying at is down in Brizzy. Like, there's like hailstorms down here. Are you guys okay? And it's like, we actually had some real nice sunshine when we checked in. But yeah, it's gone extreme. We're just watching all the lightning. We've gone for some food to share, so we've got a korma and aloo gobi, cauliflower potatoes, and some spices, some rice, and some roti. Corey's favourite. Yep, I can't wait to tuck in.
Right, it is coffee time, and we're going to go and see if we can find some platypus. Awesome.
Thanks for your patience.
That's okay. Thank you so much. You too. Can't beat that first sip of coffee in the morning. It's bright and early, it's 6:30, and I'm going to head down and see if we can see the platypus. All right, it looks like this is where the path splits off. And then we come down to the viewing platform. Okay, I think I'm going to have to get the other camera out, zoom in a little bit. But we're just looking for any signs of disturbance in the water. No luck yet, but we have to be persistent. It's kind of hard because we have these ducks and birds like foraging for food as well. Probably eating the same stuff as the platypus. So sometimes you'll see the water ripple and you think, oh my God, is that a platypus? But it's just the bird. The bird comes back up. They can be seen during the day, but the best time to see platypus is like early in the morning or in the late afternoon. But they're special because they are unique to Australia. It is a otter crossed with a duck. Oh my God, did you guys see that? That was a platypus. Just cruising along the top and then he ducked under that log. Wow. Patience pays off. Platypus is such a rare thing to find, but you can see them up here in the Sunshine Coast Hinterlands. You got to find like there's places where there's like known to see them. So if you just come here, early morning, late afternoon. That cloud's really coming in thick now. I don't think we'll be flying the drone today, but we can still check out Maleny. We can still see some things to do. The town's very cool, very artsy, creative little outpost. Up here along the ridge, there's a lot of like traditional artisan stores. You do find that in these kind of places, people like to come up here and escape the rat race.
We have come to a very popular cafe called Frank right here in the centre of Maleny. This place is bustling and it seems to be very, very trendy, and yeah, everybody's here, so we thought we'll come and check it out too, see what all the fuss is about. We're going to grab some lunch. I think it's around lunchtime now, and yeah, we're pretty starving and it's raining outside, so this feels all nice and cozy. All fair, we're trying to venture outside, but we're waiting for the rain to stop. But yeah, Frank's is a really cool place. I really like the vibe in there and the whole decor of the place. The food was okay. It was like, I think I had my expectations quite high, didn't quite reach it. It was tasty enough. Prosciutto was just avocado on toast with some mushrooms on top. I don't know why it's called prosciutto. Maybe that was because it was a vegan option. And the greens was yummy, but I just wanted more, like double the size. That would do this belly. But yeah, we're trying to get to the other side of the road. We may have to swim. So we've just pulled up to this roadside stop, and actually this is fairly new. This is a whole new lookout area just to go and see the Glasshouse Mountains. Cairncross Scenic Reserve is just up the road. I guess that can get a little bit busy down there, so they've created this down here, which is great. There's a little seat here, car parking spaces, and a beautiful view. Just a 5-minute drive from the main Maleny township is a waterfall called Gardners Falls. This is a place we used to come to so often when we were younger. We would drive up from Brisbane for a day on the weekend and spend all day here. Corey will be jumping in off ropes, going for a cool down. And I got some more pasties. I popped into Maleny Pie Guy because they're really good, and I thought I can enjoy these on my walk. It's not far, but it's a beautiful walk next to the water, a little creek here down to the big swimming hole, where there may be a waterfall too.
And maybe a snapping turtle.
And maybe a snapping turtle. It used to be fun to try and spot it. Pretty fresh a day, but there's still some people going for a swim and jumping in, so good on them. I'm not going to join them. Well everyone, that wraps up our time here in the Sunshine Coast Hinterland. We've had an amazing time, and we hope this little travel guide has helped you plan your trip to the Sunshine Coast Hinterland that much better. So if you like this, please give it a thumbs up, and if you haven't already, subscribe for more Aussie adventures, and we'll see you again soon. Bye!